Welcome to Heal into Happy. I invite you to take an adventure with me into your very own universe as I guide you to go within, release your fears, and become empowered to create a life you love. I am your host, Lark Allen. My intention is to help you shine a light on everything that is keeping you from being truly free. You can expect this healing journey to be filled with love, laughter, clarity, and fun. Are you ready to take a leap of faith? Let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so lit up about what I'm going to be sharing with you today. I love, love, love the healing modality of music. And throughout all of my podcasts, I feel like I've mentioned the healing modality of healing hurts, but I wanted to dedicate this entire podcast to helping plant seeds of awareness around this beautiful healing modality of tuning into different hertz frequencies, and in doing so, really being able to tune into our higher self, create heart-brain coherence, and all kinds of amazing healing that can happen when we start really understanding the beautiful connection that we have to music. All right, so before we get started on this subject that excites me and makes me happy and feel totally blissed out to get to share with all of you, let's get centered and grounded in this now moment together. Start breathing in through your nose, holding it all the way down in your belly, and then blowing it out. Release anything that's no longer serving you. Anything that happened before you decided to hit play has now poof, went away. And now we are both experiencing this now moment that is an absolute gift. We are exploring new ways to expand our consciousness together. We are exploring new ways to have fun, to be playful, new ideas of music that we can listen to as we dance, as we sing, as we appreciate getting to be earth angels here on this magnificent earth plane together. Take a couple more big deep breaths. Let's imagine that we have a cord connecting to the crystalline grid of our beautiful planet, Sophia Gaia. And yet we are going up, 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 up into the seventh plane where instantaneous miracles can happen. And this is where we can find our higher self. So excited to have this fireside chat together with us. Today I was called to turn off all the lights, and there's just a beautiful candle flickering. One of the things that I love to do while listening to Healing Hurts music is to have a candle on and listen to the music and look at the candle flame. It's very good for activating our third eye and for really staying present and using our senses, our sense of touch, our senses of hearing, seeing the beautiful flame flickering, seeing how powerful we are by inviting the flame to grow higher and then watching it do so. It's a very magical thing. Okay, so let's get started on this amazing topic. I hope that after this podcast is done, you are as excited as I am about this healing modality that I have fallen head over heels in love with. Okay, so we've talked about being vibrational beings. We have talked about focusing on getting onto the love path versus when we are catching ourselves being in a fearful mindset. And I have found so much healing by listening to different healing hertz sounds. So let's first start diving into the fact and really planting seeds of awareness and knowing now that all sound is made by vibrations. So it makes sense that as we focus on raising our vibration more and more, as we are healing into happiness, as we are going down that healing journey path, that we start to align with listening to sounds that are known to heal. I love listening to different hertz frequencies, and I love sharing them with the ones that I love. My friends know that if they come to me and they're having some kind of issue, that I love to send them healing hertz music for different things. And you can literally find a different healing music on YouTube by going and searching healing hertz, and then whatever it is, sore throat, headache, nausea, all of the things you can find there. And I will be sharing a lot of my favorites with all of you in my show notes. So you can go to healintohappy.com and you can listen to some of my favorites there. And I'm so happy that I get to share them with you. So before we go into all of the different hertz vibrations that you can listen to, I think that it's really fascinating to understand something that happened in the 1950s. In the 1950s, the Hertz 440 became our standard pitch for music worldwide. There are lots of theories about why this happened, and I encourage you to go and research all of those. We won't be going into all of that as much as we will be focusing on how beautiful 432 is. And 432 for a long time was something that many, many people that composed beautiful music found to be the hertz that they preferred. 432 is the same frequency as our solar system, as water and life. So that makes sense that people that desired to compose music were drawn to this beautiful 432 sound. Violins were built in the late 17th and early 18th century, and they were tuned at 432 hertz. Tibetan singing bowls were tuned to 432 hertz. The purpose, undoubtedly, for tuning to that frequency was to promote meditative state and healing. Instruments from ancient Egyptian sites were found to be tuned to 432 hertz. Many sacred sites all over the world are encoded with the geometry of the number 432 and to that hertz tune. So when we look at 440 versus 432, we find that when water and sand testing have been done, that 440 creates very indistinct patterns that have a lack of coherence. And when the same tests are done with 432 hertz, beautiful shapes are created that resonate with nature. And I'm going to be talking about some water experiments in later podcasts, but when 440 is played, it's like a jumbling picture starts coming that's very incoherent. And when 432 is played, beautiful shapes are created with water and sand. And I find that so, so fascinating. So 440 hertz is said to create a subtle disharmony to listeners. And most of the music now that we would listen to if we turn on the radio is tuned to that 440. So that means that we can have more anxiety and just a feeling that is in disharmony when we're listening to things that are tuned to 440. And then when we listen to things that are tuned to 432, we start really feeling tuned in to our right brain, which is where we have intuition. That is how we connect more to our higher self. I believe that that's how we start having our heart-brain coherence starting to happen. So our left brain is more analytical and is more drawn to listening to the 440 hertz. And then our heart and our right brain seem to be more attracted to this 432 hertz. That is more of what Mother Nature has to offer. There is an article that I attached in my show notes, Binaural Beats. And I'm going to read some of the cliff notes from that I gathered that I felt like were really important for us to understand together right now. The way we feel and the way that our brain responds when we listen depends on the combination of sound frequencies in the composition. This is known as the frequency response. So what the article shows is that when you break down 432, it goes down to the frequency of 8 hertz, which is at the top end of the theta brainwave state. This brainwave makes us feel relaxed but conscious and open to intuitive learning. So 432 and 8 hertz are intrinsically linked. And when you tune into 432, we get 256 hertz, which produces another C at exactly 8 hertz. So the classical composer Verdi really desired that everything stayed at that 432 standard. And then, as I shared earlier, we know that that changed in 1917, and then in the 1950s, became our standard that's used worldwide. So when I started learning about all of this, I became very fascinated, and I started looking into finding music that was tuned to 432. And there are different variations as well, where you can have an angel hertz, which is 1111. And that brings you angel protection and helps you connect to your higher self. And there are lots of different hertz that I'm going to be attaching in my show notes for you to listen to that do all kinds of different things, from abundance to healing to relieving pain. There's so much that the healing frequencies can do. And I really believe that it is a beautiful way for us to connect to our higher self. So you can do this by turning on a healing hertz to whichever frequency that you're feeling called to tune into, lighting a candle and looking at the candlelight. I love to put my earphones in, again, not connected to Wi-Fi, just the old-fashioned earphones, and walking barefoot in the grass or on the sand at the beach, and just really tuning in to the music, letting everything fall away, and having a meditation by walking or sitting. And then you're getting the healing benefits of everything that I've shared about earthing. And then you're also having all of this sound healing happening. It's great to listen to any of these healing hertz sounds that you feel called to listen to while meditating. And there's certain hertz that you can listen to that are specifically for insomnia. And you can put on your headphones and listen to one of the healing hertz all night long. There are some that have been recorded for 8 or 9 hours. There are even some that have been recorded for 11 hours. I love to meditate with my daughter Stella, listening to different ones. There's some Tesla healing hertz that are 3, 6, and 9 that Stella really loves. I've actually heard from a lot of parents that homeschool that love to turn it on while they're doing homeschooling. It helps, with increased clarity. And so if you are taking a test or you're needing an energy boost, it's just as good for clarity as it is for deep relaxation. There is literally one for every possible thing that you could think of. Every time I've ever searched for one, I have been able to find one to share with a friend that is having a certain issue. There's a lot that are really good for migraines. And remembering that we are 70% water. So something that is harmonious or non-harmonious ripples into our cells and it can affect us. So we can either be setting an intention for wellness by listening to certain frequencies that we know that can help us heal. Or when we're listening to 440, we can inadvertently, unknowingly have this be a source of illness. And I know that our intention is the most important thing, but I think that it's really important for us to be aware that the standard that has been tuned into and generally accepted as the main source of our music is 440. And so much is shifting because we are going into this golden age where you can find whole albums that are tuned to 432. So we can make a decision consciously to say no thank you to something that is potentially going to cause us to have a disharmonious vibration and say yes please to something that's tuned to 432. There are so many musicians that are really tuning into this and going back to 432 because it feels more in alignment with what they are co-creating. And I'm sure that a lot of them are getting these downloads from their higher selves that are saying, let's go in this direction. So I feel like it's a very empowering, healing modality that has so many benefits. And I'm so excited that we got to have this conversation today around this really amazing way to tune in, to tap in, and to turn on all of our potential. So I'm really excited to hear from you. What is your favorite healing hertz if you already have one? Have you already started to utilize this healing modality? If so, please share all of the ones that you love. And then please go to my show notes so that you can hear my favorites. And maybe this is something that you're going to end up feeling called to do as well, where you can pay forward this knowledge of how amazing it is to dance and walk barefoot and connect to looking at a candle, taking a bath, all while listening to a healing hertz. I look forward to hearing what you have to say. I wish everybody so much happiness, so much love, and so much fun as you listen to a sound that brings you heart and brain coherence and really helps you connect and really helps you heal at a cellular level. Until next time, I'm offering you so much love and so much light. Thank you for joining me today on Heal into Happy. My prayer is that you have gained more insight into your healing journey and that you are one step closer to loving yourself more fully in this now moment. And if you could do me a favor, please leave me a 5-star review over on iTunes. My passion is empowering others on their healing journey, and with your review, you may help others struggling to heal find this message. Be sure to visit me at healintohappy.com for past episodes and more ways to connect with me. Also, please always remember that I am offering you so much love and light as I celebrate the divine sovereign being that I see in you.